Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I thought today we would talk about the Semper Fidelis event. This one is for the EFV and it starts today and ends on the 20th of October. In this video, we'll talk about how to grind it and how to make it as easy as possible, what to focus on, and also at the same time, general just kind of tips and tricks of grinding the game in general. So, as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and also like the video. Let's get started. So when it comes to the Semper Fidelis event, it's a long event, but it is not a hard event. This is a 9-stage event, which is usually the longest that you'll see in War Thunder. Sometimes you'll see a 10-stager, but 9 is usually where it is. But each of the stages is only 35,000 mission points each. This means that every 2 days you have to grind 35,000 mission points. This means mission score in battles, and you have to do it in either rank 3 or above, ground arcade, realistic, or simulator. You can also use event vehicles from rank 1 or 2 if you want, but most of the time it's better to do higher ranks just because you get better multipliers. Usually the nicest area for me is usually around that rank 6 area, because people still spawn in a bunch, and also there's a lot of comfortable lineups. But there are many other lineups, such as at rank 3, rank 4, and rank 5, which all have pretty good lineups too. Now, when it comes to the multipliers by vehicles, it's not a huge amount of change. The bigger multipliers are actually by game mode. So the multipliers for vehicles from rank 1 to 4 is actually 0.9, for 5 is 1, for 6 is 1.1, and 7 and 8 ranks is 1.2. So it's not a huge deal in terms of how much it's actually going to affect you. The multiplier for game mode, though, for ground RB it's 1.33, for ground SB 1.8, and also ground AB, which is only times 1. So obviously this makes a much bigger difference. Now, you should play the game mode that you feel the most comfortable in, because the one that you'll feel the most comfortable in, the one will be the one that you get the most score in. For me, that's ground RB. If it's ground AB and also lower rank, that's still fine. You know, you might have to put in a little bit more time, but the idea is if you do really well because you're comfortable there, that will offset the amount of time that you'll have to put in. Now, these 35k events usually take me around about 3 hours. If I'm really trying, it'll take 2 hours. So you should probably kind of budget for maybe 4 hours every 2 days. So 2 hours on each of the days. And if that is too much, which is fair, you know, it is quite a decent grind, even if it is less than other events that are around. You can GE the marks of distinction as well, and also at the same time you can get a discount on G'ing them if you grind enough of each of the stars. So it just makes it a little bit easier for you. Now, the good thing about War Thunder at the moment is there's a lot of stuff to focus on, which isn't the event. The way to actually complete these events efficiently is to not worry about the events themselves and actually just grind the game and then kind of run into the marks of distinction as you go. For example, you have 2 Battle Pass missions, which are focused around ground at the moment. You have Conquering a Bridgehead and also Fast and Furious. One of them is to destroy 3 players without losing your own while using a light tank 15 times, and the other one is to get a cap and also get at least 4 player kills at the same time too. So you can use both of these, play some light tanks in the different BRs, and also be able to complete these. I've been doing the Hellcat with them while also doing the Pages of History. Talk about other events that are available to focus on that aren't necessarily just the mark of distinction. You have the Pages of History. You also have your Dailies. You have the National Day of the People's Republic of China, which is a 3,000 mission score event. You also have access to new vehicles that they've just added. A bunch of tech trees got a bunch of ground vehicles in them, whether it is the high-tier SAMs or it is the M55s, which, by the way, are all rank 3. This means that they will count for the event if you decide to spade them out. And if you don't, there's still something to research using a rank 4 or a rank 3 vehicle in order to kind of get the mark of distinction. So there are plenty of things that can definitely be focused on in terms of just what's going on right now, not even thinking about, using vehicles to spade or using vehicles to kind of grind crew skills, which is something that I'm going to be doing during some of these events because of the fact that I want to kind of gain more crew skills across the board. So there's plenty of options for things to focus on, which aren't just the event. And the way that you complete really anything in life is to break it down, right? You break it down into its little components, and then you kind of push forward, do some of those little components, and then you're closer to the end goal, and then you gain the confidence to be able to finish it and realize where the finish line is. That's how this event at least is going to go. So for me today, going to focus on my dailies, going to focus on the National Day of the People's Republic, and then once those are done, I'm going to have a look at how much of the Mark of Distinction I've done, and then I'm going to try and grind out the rest of the M55s, and then kind of go from there. What I would honestly say is also to stick the marks of distinction in your favorite achievements so they're easily accessible in terms of seeing how far you're through them, but to not look at them until maybe you've played for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, just because of the fact that it can be pretty demoralizing if you're looking at it after every match, because you are slowly seeing the small increments instead of the large increments that you can get over time, and that can be really annoying and also obnoxious. The other thing is you have to change up your lineups, and this is something that I've said many times in terms of War Thunder. Changing up lineups is incredibly important for one simple fact. It gives you something different to do in the game instead of doing the same thing over and over again. Yes, there are meta lineups which are really good for getting score, and they'll do fantastic for you, but you will burn out incredibly quickly and you will start hating this type of event because it's 9 marks of distinction. So technically you have to play the same stuff for 18 days straight, and that is going to be no fun. So basically what instead has to happen is you have to switch it up. You have to change nations, you have to change different things. And the only way to really do that is to make sure that you have at least maybe 2 or 3 nations at rank 3. You can also use this event to be able to grind a new nation, as long as you have, once again, the rank 3 in that nation, because that's where it counts. And if you don't, maybe you can set it up for the next event, just to make it a little bit easier for you. The way to really complete these things is simple. It's just to play the game and to have a bit of fun with it. The moment where you stop having fun, you're going to lose the battle on this event, and you're going to become a very dooming individual, and it's going to become very negative to you. This also means you need to surround yourself with more optimism, with more positivity, and you can do that through people. We'll be streaming the event and also other things, so if you want to come along just to have kind of like a community aspect, that is also something that's super positive to do. Doing stuff together instead of as individuals always is nice, even if you are the one playing individually in the game. So that's some thoughts on it. Hopefully you'll be able to get the EFV. Hopefully everything goes alright with it. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecorvo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.